Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Stan, you and I were just talking. The scorekeepers are going to be busy tonight trying to keep up with all the back and forth. Powerhouse offenses going at it head-to-head tonight.
You got that right, Kevin. One very important focal point to call out, transition. You know you're going to get scored on, but you got to push the ball back the other way and find some easy buckets of your own on the route.
And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Back to Fournier. Inside. Here's Milutinov. Comes up empty down low.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Poked away. Fournier gets a wide open look. Oh, good with the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's more. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Can't connect from short range. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Vizenko. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Up and in on the layup.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
First quarter basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
Well, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
We could feel that one all the way over here. To the left side wing. Off with the layup.
Honestly, guys, that's a shot you expect your players to make.
Outside Fournier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milutinov. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
Lays it up off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside Fournier. Good on the triple.
Well, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
There's a screen. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Well, he's got the hot hand, and he's scoring with confidence right now.
Feet out. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Fournier's got 5.
Well, that's a shot where your coach is saying, no, 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 and then, woo.
More right side. To the inside. And here's the break. Here's Ward. Still scoreless. Here's Milutinov. Uses both hands to shut it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Pass to Valencia. Forney trying to break loose. And that one is off. Baseline J, and it's Vazenkov with the rebound.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. I wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And there's a minute 45 left here in the first quarter. They set the screen. Ward misses. And they're pushing it up. Cuts off the pass. Here's the break. Here's Vazenkov. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Six to shoot. Fires the three. They get the rebound. Here's Costello. And that one goes long.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Here's Nilokina. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys. Yeah, the defender all over it.
First one falls. And so he's able to get one of two. And yes, it's good.
A little breakdown there, letting him get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
.15 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Peters. A three-pointer off the mark. Stolen. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Leading by just one. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well. Put constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes. Aggressive move, but that was great D to prevent the easy bucket. That's inexcusable defense right there. You've got to contest the shot better than that.
Left side, Taylor. And here's the fast break. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Ntilikina. No scoring in this one. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Costello. Puts it up. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Here's Ntilikina. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
That's their first of the game, though, so sharp passing has helped them to craft this lead.
Pass to Thompson. There's the pick. Here's Key. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting. Looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the back.
Here's Thompson. Picked away. And here comes the break. Here's Peters. Bangs home the trifecta. Peters has got 5.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Thompson in the corner. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
Pass to Peters. To the paint. Here's Hall. Here's Peters. 5 points in the game. High post try. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Taylor with the ball. Scoreless thus far. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Dorsey. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the 3-pointer. Dorsey's got 6 points in the quarter.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
To the left wing. Here's Taylor. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Ntilikina looking it over. Pass to Hall. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Moore. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Pass to Dorsey. From past the arc. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Thompson for the triple. That shot missing. Pass to Peters. It's good from long range. Peters has got 8 points.
Their third 3-pointer in a row. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make. To the middle.
grabs it with authority.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. It's deflected. With the drive, the layup off target. Fires for three. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. There's 1:59 left in the first half. The three. Dorsey, that's good. Dorsey's got 9 points in the quarter.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
A moment for an injury report.
You let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Even though this is typically considered a moderate time frame to full recovery, he is indeed potentially able to play, so we'll be keeping an eye on him. Back to you.
Nally, we thank you for the report.
Yeah, we put so much effort into injury prevention in the NBA, but injuries are still going to happen. That's just the unfortunate part of the game.
Pass to Thompson. And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's just a careless play, and part of the reason right now they're trailing. And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Pass to Vizenko. Off target from three-point range. Over to the left wing. Moore right side. Down low. That one's in. His first shot this game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
There's 25 seconds left here in the second. Morris outside. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Vizenko. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Vizenko's got 6 points. Got it off in time. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. They lead by 12. And we'll be back with you right after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Okay, time for an injury report.
You let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. As we get into the season, injuries becoming more common. In this case, he's been given the green light to keep playing. He'll just have to be more careful moving forward. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks for that.
Well, that's a big setback for him and his team. But look, with all the advances in sports medicine, training... stats are so good these days. We've seen guys recover from this type of injury and come back even better.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable one than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. To the inside. Here's Milutinov. Here's Vizenkov. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 5. No good with the layup.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And he drives in, and the basket is good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Vezenkov. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. Vezenkov's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
They set the pick. That one goes. Count it.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Outside Fournier. It's Fournier on the wing. Off target at the rim. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Vezenkov. No good with the layup.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about U.S. youth development in hoops. He said when young players are a part of a singular organization, there's much more of an incentive to bring players along as opposed to a win-now mentality, and that's something that we can learn from Europe. Guys, back to you.
Taking that long view approach. Okay, thank you, Allie. Clock at 6. That one doesn't go. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Going inside. Moves back up. Here's Vezenkov. 9 points in the game so far. For 3. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their systems.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
To the middle. Hall. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
They set the pick. And there's the drive. Another shot. Here's Steve. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
So it's the visitors now. They trail by 11. Thompson outside. Over to the wing. Shot by Taylor, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's Fournier on the wing. Out to the right wing. Here's Ward. Taylor with the rebound. Pass to Key. Lets it go with a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Key's got 5 points now in the quarter. Nothing on the board. Pass to Fournier. There's the triple. Thompson with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Taylor's shot, good. Taylor's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
There's a good screen. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:09 left in the third. Fires from deep.
We're still struggling to find the bottom of the net from three-point range this half. They were much better in the first.
Pass to Johnson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got his third basket of the night right there.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
To the paint. And he slams it one-handed.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Outside, Taylor. Pass to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Drives to the hoop. Missed inside. Here's Ntilikina. And we've reached the end of the third. Leading by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Dorsey. Launches it. Connects from three-point range.
A late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage. Grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Here's Key. Off with the layup. Here's Ntilikina. Tipped away. Stolen by Thompson. 2 points. That one goes. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Pass to Peters. 6 to shoot. Inside. Oh. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Here's Taylor. A three-pointer, no good. And stolen by Thompson. Here's King. From outside, off the mark. Here's Ward. Pass to Dorsey. Here's the 3. It's in. He's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Shoots the 3. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Thompson. And a missed late. No question who's been in control of this game.
Boy, they have really taken charge here.
Pass to Ward. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Dorsey, that's good.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Taylor. Great touch on the 16-footer.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Pass to Dorsey. Lets it go from deep. And it's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Misses the jumper.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Pass to Vizenkov. Into the lane. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
Taylor's shot, good.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Ward. Here's the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Thompson outside. Right side, Taylor. And it's Taylor finishing it off.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The head coach of the home team had some words for his team over the break. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
And Allie, thanks so much.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Oh, and he cannot get the layup.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the side.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Got it to go.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
They set the pick. Another chance here. And the crafty layup. Good.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. No good.
The contest plus the board. A full defensive possession from him. Great effort.
And there's the three.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Frank, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And it's up. Shoots the three. No good.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
.34 left in the game. Here's Vazenkov. Misses the three. There's the screen. Here's Costello. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.